Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm excited for today's video. As you can see by the title today, I am doing my face on one side, how makeup was trending and what you saw on YouTube in 2015 versus what you're seeing now on YouTube. What's trending now, what's being pushed in your face. So before anyone says it in the comments down below, my shirt keeps riding up every time I lift my arms. Before anyone says it, yes, I am aware that people were doing their makeup like the 2020 side in 2015. And yes, there are people still doing the I'm not sure why I'm bouncing either, but your girl is hype, all right? She's ready to get into this. There were people doing their makeup like the 2015 side to this day in 2020. You can do your face however you want to, but what we can't do is act like we don't see shifts in what's being pushed to you. I'm not talking about, oh, this is how you're supposed to do it, or that, like, you can very clearly see when brands start changing how they're advertising to you. You can see a shift in the type of looks that they're pushing to you, the influencers that they start reposting, how, the products start having similar ingredients. Now everyone wants to use hyaluronic acid in their foundation. That is the point there. Okay, so at the end of the day, do your face however you want to. But we're about to get into this because I'm excited, so let's go. So as you can see, I already started. For some reason, it's just easier for me to do my brows off camera, but on the 2015 side, I have a very more distinct brow. Let's use that wording there. 2015, it was all about bold brows, Anastasia dip brow, carving it out, concealer on top and bottom, which, like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, I'm not okay. But on the other side, the 2020 side, I don't know if you guys have seen it so much, but it's going to be the next thing that you see everyone and their mama posting videos, taking you guys with them to see the process be done on them. It's called brow lamination. I'll post pictures here, but basically it's like that runway model type brow. Very fluffy, you can see all of the hair strokes on your face. I see people describing it as like a perm for your brows. It's not for me. You guys, if you're new here, my eyebrows are microbladed, so there's very little I can do to shake up my brows most of the time. Anyway, I'm gonna say it right now, I don't really think brow lamination is for me. It's a little too natural. However, on this side of my brow, it is a more natural brow. I just use brow gel to fill it in because I feel like that's what we're getting in 2020. Very, natural, just framing your face with the natural shape of your brow type of brows. Now for eyeshadow, for some reason, I've been using these two palettes together every time I do my makeup, so I'm gonna use them again in today's video. Now in 2015 and since then, eyeshadow's been very, how much bolder can you get? How much more color can you use? Very detailed eyeshadow, cut creases, all of that. So that is what I'm going to do today. Yes. Well, let's see how bold we can get. So jumping into the Jackie palette, I'm going to take this shade Pinker and I'm going to place that right here. And then the shade Big Wig in my crease. I don't know what it is, but like stuff like this, maybe it's the nerd in me, but it hypes me up to do stuff like this. I just think it's kind of cool to see, like how things change throughout the time, what leaves, what comes back. In fashion, 90s is definitely making a comeback, so. And then the brown shade Credit in my like outer corner area, but kind of in my crease as well. So I cut my crease and I'm going to use the shade Wigglies as my first lid color. Oh, can you see that? This red shade. And I'm just going to pat that on. And then this shade Shookington right next to it. And just pat that in before I blend it out. And then from the Alyssa palette, this black shade. If the Jackie palette had a black, I probably would not need any other eyeshadow palette. And we're gonna focus that out here. And back in the day, dramatic eyeliner was supposed to be worn with everything, so that's what we're going to do. Now for my other eye, I started noticing it like early 2019. People were starting to say, can you guys come up with anything else? Anything else besides a cut crease? Can you give us editorial? Can you give us glam? Anything else besides a cut crease and color all over your face, blah, 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 blah. So I'm not surprised that by the end of 2019, soft glam has started trending again. You know, very pink, easy eyes, very neutral, gold, those type of eyes. So that's what we're gonna shoot for today. I don't know if we're gonna do pink, because I wanted to stand out from the other side. Let's see. I'm gonna take ginger as my transition shade and place that all up here. And then that same dark brown shade credit in my crease. So then this shade Adolas, and I'm gonna place that all, oh, can you see that? I'm gonna place this all over. And mix it with this shade Zam. And place that out here. Because I am the impulsive person that I am, I put sponsored over dollars, so that's why you're seeing that green effect there. Now, moving on to the rest of my face, like that already took out some of my battery. On the 2015 side, I'm going to first start out with a primer, because back in the day, you know, your face was supposed to be matte. I feel like even if you had dry skin back then, you were trying to pull off the matte, dry face. Okay, so I'm gonna put the matte primer everywhere on this side. And another thing they loved in 2015 was pore filling primer. This is from NYX. I don't even know if how do you open this? Okay, no. Ah, that wasn't it. And we're going to apply that right here. Listen, 2015, 16, it's all about the Porefessional, which I don't care what anyone says. I've tried that primer so many times and I just do not like it. But you know, you just didn't want your pores to show. Now for 2020, I feel like hydrated, dewy, glassy, just your skin, radiant, prepped is what we're going for. So I'm gonna use the combination that I use every day. This is the Milk Hydro Grip. I'm gonna press that in my T-zone areas. And then liquid glass on the rest of my face. I really need a new one soon. Foundation 2015, it was very matte, very full coverage. And how can you make full coverage not look cakey? I never really mastered that skill there. That's probably why I stopped doing it. So I'm gonna use this NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. Ooh. Is there a lock on this? Please don't squirt out at me. If y'all just saw the struggle I had to go through to get this foundation out, but we're here. And 2015, if you didn't have a beauty blender, you were not that girl. This is not a beauty blender, but same idea. I think I might just go ahead and do the full 2015 side instead of like switching back and forth. So now for concealer, it was very much so like foundation, where it's supposed to be full coverage. And, you know, back then we were doing like 8 shades lighter. So, you know, that's what we're going to do today. And, you know, all of that, all up in there. You guys remember the thumbnails where it was showing you how to highlight and contour and it would look like this? All the contour all over the face, and somehow you'd blend that out at the same time. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, let's start blending that out because I think this concealer actually dries down very quickly. Yes, it does. All right. I actually hate drawing the line on my face. I feel like that makes it look so harsh, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, she's harsh. Ah, she is harsh. Okay, let's see if we can fix this. Remember when baking first started trending in the beauty community? Using straight up white. I mean, I still want the 2015 side to look nice by the end of this video, so I'm not gonna play myself. I'm gonna use these 2 shades from Anastasia Beverly Hills, but back in the day, you're supposed to use at least half a tub of powder when you bake your face. So I'm gonna do the white one first and then balance it out with the banana shade. Where's my mirror? This is really how much powder we were telling people to use back in the day. I can see why people don't like us. So I'm gonna go ahead and bronze my face. Oh, this is the Benefit Toasted bronzer. Oh, do I have to contour my nose? I mean, I probably should since that's the point, but I really don't like doing that. So we're just gonna pretend that, actually, I'll just add some more powder because that was also a tip back in the day if you wanted to slim your nose down a little bit. And I'm going to put blush on my face using Laura Mercier. Now this is gonna sound shady no matter how I say it, but I'm honestly not being shady. That's just how it was back in the 2015 era. Blush, bronzer, contour, you could spot all of them on the face. Like you could specifically see the contour, the bronzer, the blush, and that's just how it was back then. So I know it looks kind of harsh here, but like that's how it looked back in the day. So I'm going to still let my face bake while I move on to the other side. So for foundation in the 2020s, we're moving on to, or what we're seeing more of is glowy foundations, luminous foundations, your skin but better, hydrating, all that good stuff. So of course I'm gonna use my NYX Born to Glow. Funny that I used Can't Stop over here. Both foundations I really liked at the time that they came out, but I moved more towards, you know, like that's your skin but better type of foundation. Normally, if you're wondering, like, yes, normally I put on concealer first, but for the purpose of this video, just to make my life easier, following along, I'm gonna do it this way. So like I said, on the 2015 side, it was all about the beauty blender. I just did a video on the Blendiful and any dupes that it might have. Everyone is saying like this is gonna be the new thing for 2020, so that's what I'm gonna use to blend out my foundation. For concealer, you know, a little bit more hydrating to the under eye. This is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh concealer. I feel like we still use the same amount of concealer, so at least that hasn't changed much. Maybe people use a little less. Yeah. Oh, a little darker too with concealer. And blend that out. Nowadays, y'all know I do a little teeny tiny bit of setting with the La Mer powder. Just pushing it in. And then a little teeny tiny bit of the Anastasia Deep Peach on top of Laura. That's another thing I've noticed. I feel like we're being more accepting to using like skin tone type powders, even under the eye, because back in the day people would say like, you know, this is a good powder for like the rest of my face, but not so much my under eye, just because I don't want to take that brightness away from my under eye. But you can still, I feel like you can still get that without the full on, you know, like white powders. Now to contour, I put it directly on the brush, and we're just going to bronzer. Not much has changed other than the fact that we have more, well, we have more options now. It's not great, but it's better. Blush, I'm gonna use the same type of Laura blush, just a different color. And now we blush our nose and our chin. It's time to remove the powder now. Come on, y'all. We couldn't do a 2015 makeup without mentioning highlights. You know, you're gonna, the full face of highlight challenge. You're gonna see this glow from space type thing, breaking out LeBron's. For the other side, I really don't highlight anymore, but for the purpose of this video, or I'll put it like under my foundation, but for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna use the other side of the UOMA stick and just dot some on. I asked on Twitter if people even still use liquid lipsticks, and a good amount of them said no, they're over it. However, back in the day, 2015, that was a thing that everyone was using. So I'm going to line my lips first. I thought about it and I just filled both sides in because I would do that in 2020 anyway. But on the one side, I'm gonna use liquid lipstick. And on the other side, I'm gonna use gloss because I feel like that's what's back now. Glossy lips. And other than that, I feel like the only other difference was lashes. You know, on the 2020 side, I feel like we're going for very flirty, very whimsical, give me that look of lash extensions type of falsy. And on the 2015 side, you know, that's when everyone was getting introduced to the 25 like AliExpress lashes. You know, very bold, very dramatic, very there, all up in your face. Quite honestly, I'm not even sure if this is fully on my eye, and I can't really see, so we're just gonna have to go ahead and wrap it up. But yeah, that is it for this video. So here we have the 2015 side. I can't get past this harsh contour, but I mean, like, you can go back to the videos, even some of my own. That's really how it was back in the day. And then we have the 2020 side. I mean, as far as I'm speaking for myself here, I'm happy that I made the jump ship on over to the 2020 side, because there are still some things about the 2015 side, like as you can see, I'm never really gonna let go of color, but you know, the color on the 2015 side I'm still here for. I'm not that mad about, you know, the lighter concealer, but other than that, like, I'm pretty good on this side of my face being how my makeup looks for now, you know, in 2020. So that is it for this video. I hope seeing this little, you know, side by side was a cool little, you know, video for you guys to check out, see how some things have changed. Let me know if anything's changed for you guys, if you still do your face like this, if you do your face like this, if you do like a mixture of both. Let me know. I'm interested in stuff like this in the comments down below. So yeah, make sure to thumbs up, comment, and subscribe down below. Thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.